Welcome to the Mad Leprechaun. My name is Mert Walsh. Today I'm going to do a first initials review on this beautiful brand spanking new for 2024 BMW F900 GS. If that's something that interests you, please stick around and stay tuned until after the intro.
There it is, the BMW F900 GS. Thanks ever so much to Sycamore and BMW in Whittam. And of course, before I forget, Jimmy. Right. I've got it for an hour. Okay, let me get out of town, get onto the faster roads.
And here we are on the faster roads. Unfortunately, the microphone in my helmet turned into a crackling nonsense. How did I find it once I was on the A12 on a faster road? There was an amount of wind to the top part of my chest and, as you would expect, around the top part of my crash helmet. Not enough to concern me, however. I guess because the fairing or the screen is so small, you're bound to get an amount of wind in those areas. The F900's natural habitat wouldn't necessarily be on a fast open road like this. With 105 brake horsepower on tap, it's got more than enough punch to sustain motorway speeds and above all day long. One thing I would have liked to have used whilst riding down the dual carriageway was cruise control. I'm surprised BMW haven't fitted it to this model. You can get it spec'd up and you can get it retrofitted. Gear Assist Pro, what's it like? Absolutely lovely. Really like the gearbox on this. Easy going up through the box and just as easy back down through the gears. Yeah, BMW have definitely got this one sorted. The engine is nice and torquey, I would say full of character, and so much fun on the twisty bits. And now that I mentioned twisty bits, let's dash forward to where I did actually go round some corners. This test route was suggested to me by Jimmy at Sycamore's. Thank you ever so much, Jimmy, for suggesting this route. The series of corners I'm just going through now, the F900 handled with ease. It changes direction beautifully. The bike rides like it's on rails. It's so sure-footed. It does everything you would expect it to do. The engine is torquey, so coming out of corners, when you open the throttle, it just pulls out of corners. Nice little bit of engine brake going into corners. I'm a bit gushy, I'm sorry, but it was a beautiful thing to ride. As the music's finished, let's get off the bike and have a look around. So there it is, the new BMW F900 GS Trophy. The bike comes in 3 different colorways: triple black, red, white and blue, and my favourite, it's a kind of a greeny yellow, a Sao Paulo yellow, BMW call it, but it's got a red frame and yeah, greeny yellow. I love it. The standard model has 2 riding modes. This particular bike has 5, and I'll talk more about that in a moment. This bike has the Enduro Pack Pro, which includes a bash plate and handlebar risers, also the Enduro chain. It's a thing. However, as we discovered coming over here, it doesn't have cruise control. That's an optional extra. So you can get cruise control for the bike, but you have to get it extra on top of the extras. The engine performance. The 2024 BMW F900 GS has an 8
F900 parallel twin engine with a claimed power output of 105 brake horsepower, coming in at 8,500 RPM and 93 Newton meters of peak torque, kicking in at about 6,750 RPM. 4 valves per cylinder, dry sump giving you more ground clearance. The 895cc has also been fitted into the 850, the old 850, and that has become the F900 Adventure. There isn't a massive difference between the old 850 Adventure and the new 900 Adventure. Cosmetically, it's almost the same, but I'll let you be the judge. Up front on this bike, we have a 21-inch front wheel, and round the back, there is a 17-inch rear wheel. The front brakes are a floating disc and floating caliper. The disc dimensions are 305 millimeters, and the caliper is a Brembo floating caliper, twin pot pistoned caliper. And round the back, it's got its ABS ring in the center of the wheel. Also, it has a single disc brake, single pot piston, floating caliper. The disc is 265 millimeter. The fuel tank is a claimed 14.5 usable litres of fuel. The seat height unladen. Now, I got this off of BMW's website, and there is, and please take notes, on this version it's 870 millimeters. You can get a lowered version which is 815 millimeters. The rally version is 890 millimeters. Low rally version is 835 millimeters, and the single seat option is 870 millimeters. I may try and put that on the screen so you can try and, well, if you didn't understand what I said. The equipment on the standard bike, this is not the standard bike, but the equipment on the standard bike is, let's point to the relevant bits, a very, very lovely BMW 6.5 colour TFT display, including BMW Motorrad connectivity, BMW Motorrad ABS switches there, dynamic traction control DTC, a Kropovich Sports rear silencer, rain and road riding modes, so just 2 riding modes on the standard version, LED headlights and indicators, a 12-volt USB socket. So there's 2 power sockets on this bike, one there, just where my finger is, and a USB socket just down there. So there's 2 power sockets in total. Standard version comes with an engine guard, plastic hand guards. This one's got the metal bar, we'll come back to that in a moment. Adjustable gear shift. I always seem to be on the wrong side of the bike. So this is adjustable. That works a treat. So depending if you're wearing a big boot or not, you can adjust that to fit your and suit your needs. Also, the rear brake is adjustable. So if you're riding off-road, you can flick that down and also flick it back. Flick it back up again. There is more adjustment in it as well. Right, on this bike you have the Enduro Pack Pro sports suspension, Showa, upside down, fully adjustable suspension up front, and it works an absolute treat. Black handlebars, So black handlebars aren't standard. It only comes with the Enduro Pack Pro. Handlebar risers. So it comes as standard. This bike comes with the handlebar riser. M Endurance chain. It's called an M Endurance chain. Riding modes: Dynamic, Enduro, Enduro Pro, Road and Rain. Gear Shift Assist Pro, keyless ride, even though this bike has got a key. Tire pressure control, RDC. Intelligent emergency call, SOS, which is up here in the handlebar, just there. And an extra would be the cruise control. So I am 6'5". I've got a 36 inside leg. In old money, that's inches, that is. I do actually feel like I'm stepping down onto it, but for a guy with clearly long legs, I have got loads of leg room. There's like a little ridge in the seat, so there's an amount of room for a pillion on the back, but I wouldn't say there's like masses of room on the back for a pillion. Like I said, when I stood up, if I was there, that's fine. If I'm here, I'm kind of catching my my calf muscle on the rear footrest. But if you're going to take it off-road, easy peasy to take that off, no problems at all. Unfortunately, BMW have yet again gone with the no rear tail light. All of the indicators, tail light, brake light, everything is done through these two units, and if I'm honest, I'm sorry BMW, I don't like it. So let's get back on. Gearbox feels really nice. There's no big snatch or chunk or bang when you... I did just remove all of my stuff. Actually, look at that. I just did an about turn. Just a bit paranoid I've left some of my kit behind. But low speed handling, that's lovely. It's so light. And I didn't mention the weight in my blurb. And I should put it on the screen. Now I did mention the brakes. Oh, that gearbox is lovely. It's really, really sweet. I did mention the brakes, and I shall try them out in a moment. I'll do effectively an emergency stop.
Okay, so you've got the voiceover again. I have to say, I found the engine and the gearbox combination absolutely addictive. The torquey nature of the motor was an absolute pleasure to ride. The gearbox, like I said before, BMW really have got this one sorted out. I really did enjoy my time on the F900 GS. If I'm honest, I think the ride was too short. I felt like I could have ridden round the circle route again at least 2 or 3 times. I felt the F900 GS was sure-footed to ride, confidence-inspiring, predictable in and out of corners, and most importantly of all, it put a silly grin on my face. Can I have her for longer next time, please? As promised, I am now checking out the brakes. Rear brake first. Oh wait, you can't hear it, but I've slammed on the rear anchors, and it worked really, really well. Same as before, except this time I grab a handful of front brake. and the bike dived a little bit on the Showa shocks. Everything was very much under control. The ABS and IMU combination works an absolute treat. I can only apologise about the lack of engine sound. You'll have to trust me on this one. The engine sound to me, whilst riding the bike, sounded awesome. It's addictive listening to that engine as you go through the gearbox. Nothing left for me to do except sign off.
If you've liked this video, please leave a thumbs up. If you haven't liked this video for any particular reason whatsoever, please feel free to leave a thumbs down. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section below. And hopefully I shall see you in the next one. Until next time, people, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.